Man behind the boards, making sure you receive some weekly hot topics. Tune in, don't miss. Hot guests and sexual tensions on the list. We talking. All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? I like that song. I like to come in on that. That gets me hyped up.
Very nice.
Welcome to another edition of Chocolate Radio, the live show. I am your co-host, 50%. Or you know what? It's changed. Like it's changed, hasn't it? I'm not 50% anymore. I am Alexander DeVoe, the man who knows all, and I'm sitting in a different seat today. I'm actually taller because I'm usually low. Nyomi Banks is not here today.
You sitting in the boss woman seat.
I'm sitting in the boss woman seat, and that voice that nobody ever sees is my man, Dog Pound Mike. Mike, what's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
And our lovely bar girl.
Hello,
Miss Tish Marie. She looking sexy today too.
I feel pretty sexy.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty sexy.
So everybody's watching us out there right now. They're watching us on YouTube Hangouts. Of course, you can listen to us on Mixer.com, at chocolateradio.net, and you can catch us at chocolateradio.theliveshow.com.
That's right.
And our calling number is, you can do this for me too. You can do this with me.
1-800-938
2462 or 1-800 Chocolate.
Wet chocolate.
Wow. So I was watching the happenings that were going on over the week. Next week, it started last week, right?
A lot going on.
Josh Duggar.
Oh God, yes.
We got to talk about him.
Okay.
Ashley Madison, because it's kind of funny because.
Woo, Ashley Madison.
Yeah. Now, do you have an Ashley Madison account?
I do not.
You don't?
Oh no.
Well, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I actually had one of those.
Oh.
Right, and for those who don't know what an Ashley Madison account is,
the danger zone.
right? It's that thing where everybody goes to cheat.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to have an affair with somebody, like you can go create a secret account and get it in.
You know what I heard? I heard 70% of the customers are men. How about that?
No, there's a lot of women on there too.
But that audience. Is
So anyway, what happens is this group had hacked into Ashley Madison, and then they threatened them with exposing like all of their members if they didn't shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashley Madison was just like, "Fuck y'all!" Like we're not gonna do that. So they ended up dumping 32 million users' information. So they got like credit cards, like real names, like addresses, like all that type of stuff. And one of those dudes that happened to be one of those users was Josh Duggar. Yeah. So we heard about him before, right?
Yes, we did, because he was, came out that he was touching his sisters.
Molesting kids.
Yes, molesting children that are related to him.
Exactly.
Wow.
So if that wasn't enough, then he created his profile where he was cheating on his wife.
Seriously, he's seriously undercover and keeps getting caught. Like, could you stop? And
yeah, this dude is wild.
He's out of control.
Yeah. So anyway, he had two profiles, and Josh is a freaky motherfucker.
Tell me, what is he like? What is he like?
He's real freaky.
Tell me.
So what he did was he didn't get the regular account because I've been on there.
Okay.
Okay. Because I was like, Ashley Madison, like, what is this? Like, I'm into this type of shit. I could just meet up with hot women that want to cheat, but there's a limitation. Like you got to get a guarantee. See, what he did was get the guarantee. Okay. Like he paid $1,000, so he get the guarantee that he was going to hook up with people to cheat. Whoa. Now me, I just had the one where you just paid $59. Yeah, paid $59.
Nice.
But see, Josh had a wish list.
Wow.
Right, and on his wish list, this is what he was looking for. He wanted conventional sex. He wanted to experiment with toys. He wanted one-night stands. He's open to experimentation. Wow. This guy's like real,
all the
like
stuff his wife wasn't doing.
Now he wants somebody to be good with their hands. Right. Be able to massage, extended foreplay, and guess what? He like bubble baths.
That's some childhood.
You know something? You paying for it,
right?
You paying for it?
He want to be.
I guess he wasn't. I guess he wasn't getting this at home.
You know something? Hold on. He the one that had 19 brothers and sisters.
Right.
How the hell you have time to take a bubble bath with all them people in the house?
Well, maybe he was deprived, and his wife.
You got 19 brothers and sisters. How you gonna be able to take a bubble bath? Yeah. It was 6 of us in the house. Yeah, we could be good. We could take a bath one night.
But see, he also wanted somebody he could teach kissing, cuddling, and hugging. He likes share and shit like that. Basically little kids, right?
Right.
Yeah. So he also wanted somebody who had a love nest.
Meaning her own house.
Yeah. So he couldn't he couldn't entertain. Wow. Yeah. So this dude was like, he's pretty wild. Now you said have you ever went on to Ashley Madison yourself?
No, I've never been on that freaking website. I've been on other dating websites before, like matchmaking websites, but definitely not that website.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go back on and
see what it do.
Now, what about this other dude? You heard about this other guy?
Subway.
Yeah, Subway, Mr. Subway.
Oh God, that's another one. I mean, he's so high profile. You would think that it's like, I don't know. I think just the risk of the danger of them getting caught. It's like he was willing to risk his career. They always think nobody's gonna find out, and they always get exposed, right?
Right.
I mean,
but see, Jared was pretty cool about it because he created a foundation that was a front. Oh, he had like little kids and stuff, and huh? What?
That's a damn shame.
Is that too much?
That's too much, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they also said he had another guy in the ring with him as well.
And that's who the person got caught up first.
Right.
The first got caught up.
Right.
And then I don't know if he gave Jared name up or it just came up, but sure that's the first guy they caught.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the guy who wired his house up. And he was sending the pictures and the videos to Jared,
right?
Yeah,
who was actually distributing and stuff,
right? Which is big no.
Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. So today's topic is
he's done. Jared's done.
So we're gonna get into our topic today.
Okay.
And the topic is mental pleasures.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I see that look on your face. Yeah.
So should I tell you about mine?
No, but see, here's the question.
Okay.
Now, can you get stimulated from just mental pleasures?
Yes. Stimulated? Yes. Absolutely.
You can.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said before, when I would be going to the gym, and any gym I've ever been to, there's always 80% men. And 20% women, so there's 50 guys, and all around me, they're sweating, they're pumping iron, they're bending, they're flexing. So I see, and when you start lifting weights, you're doing push-ups, all them veins start pump. You see the veins are like bulging, and the muscles are growing, and yes, it's hot. It's really hot. So I'm in the gym doing my little weights and my little squats, and I'm always distracted. So that's why I don't go to the gym anymore. I'm very stimulated by watching a man's blood flow, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, speaking of blood flow, we have our special in-studio guest, Mr. Moe the Monster.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, man?
I'm okay. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Now you're into women, obviously.
Yes.
So, and, in order to do what you do, your mind has to be perfectly right.
Yeah.
So it's a mental thing.
So right? I think being in the adult industry has shown me that sex is a lot more mental than I originally thought it was.
Right.
So you thought it was gonna be like hardcore. You just go in there, you get hard, and you handle business. No thought needed. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. All right.
You know what I think? I think that personally, for me, I think sex is probably 95% all about the mental aspects of it anyway. Because I could sit here right now and I could create a fantasy in my mind about looking at Miss Tish Maria and her skin, and that creates like a certain type of reaction. It creates a reaction inside me, and that would cause me to get fully erect, like right now underneath the table.
Yes.
Right.
Too bad you guys can't see it, but yes, I know. I agree because I'm the same exact way. Like I don't, ours doesn't show on the outside the way a man's does, but my loins are definitely frothing. You just can't tell because mine's are hidden on the inside. So yeah.
Now, have you always been that way?
Yes, even when I was 15 years old, I was a virgin, and I was always looking at the middle man's, where the dick goes in the pants. I was always looking at that area. I was always checking out men, looking at different body types. So yes, I've always been like that. I've always been curious even before I ever touched a man. Like I couldn't wait to see a man naked, you know. So yes, I was the girl at the library looking at the diagrams for female and male reproductive organs. That was me. So I was like ready. Yes.
So in your case, like have you ever pushed it to the point where you were just thinking about a person and looking at a person and it got you to the point where you almost had an orgasm?
Ooh. I would have to say almost, but I really have to be touched in order for me to just, explode. That's all I can. Well, you can feel once my mind gets stimulated, you can feel like the clitoris, all the blood. So it starts to, get fat down there, and then you start sweating. You can feel the oils coming out. So I'm definitely aroused, but I really need to be touched before I just, explode.
Before you explode.
Yes.
See, yes. I don't like when I think about myself, like I don't really need that touching in order to get to that point.
Really? You can just come.
No, because I could be like, for example, like I can go to the gym. Okay. And when I go to the gym, it's like at that particular point in time of the day that I go, the women that come in there, like they wear these little tight shorts.
Yes.
The kind where it seems like they've been body painted on, like those type of shorts, and they got the little tops on. And one day I'm in the gym, and I swear this lady, like she did this just for my own personal enjoyment, because I'm sitting there, and she's at the machine, and she's doing leg day, so she's squatting, and the way she's squatting, like she has her legs spread as far apart as they would go, and then she's going down super slow. So as she's going down super slow, like her ass is just popping out, and when she's coming up, like the material is just like going between her legs,
right in her booty
so you can see, like you can see everything,
right in her booty crack.
So I'm sitting there just like, in my mind, just like, oh my god, I'm just like, oh my god, like what is she doing? Like, does she know that motherfuckers are watching her? Like every dude in the gym, I'm looking around the gym. Every dude in the gym is like looking over at between her legs and all this type of shit. And I'm like, yeah, she knows.
She knows, yes.
So see, that's probably like a super turn on for her, like mentally, like working out. Like she might be like super wet and getting an orgasm while she's working out.
She could be, hell. She could be. I mean, I would have to be like, rocking up against the chair. I have to feel something kind of rubbing. I can't just be lifting weights and sweating and just pop a nut. Like that's not gonna work for me.
Right.
I need to be like, what do you call that? The weight bench, like on the weight bench, slightly rocking back and forth on my clit. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's like easy. Like I'm trying to hurry up and get it done and let nobody know I'm over here coming on the chair. Yeah.
Now I've been to that point before. Like I've been to the point where, because I think I'm like a woman in that sense. Okay. I mean, it may sound fucked up, but because women are basically primarily like all of their stuff takes place up here in the mind, right?
Yes.
So I feel like I'm more in touch with my feminine side when it comes to that type of shit, because I think for me it's all about the mental aspect of being able to interact with somebody or not interact with somebody. That's just like, and tell me if you agree with me or not. Like watching porno is mental.
Oh yes.
Right, because you're not really interacting with somebody. Like you're not physically touching them. It's just all about things stimulating your brain, in your mind.
You imagining that she's touching you instead of the person that you watching sometimes.
Yeah, and do you watch it? I mean, you make it, but do you watch?
I haven't really watched it a lot, but like recently I've been watching more of it, kind of just to critique my own performances and also compare to other top performers.
Right. So what is it like when you're watching your own stuff? Like when you watch yourself perform?
It's kind of a mental trip. Like I can totally identify with the gym story in that sense, because then it's like I'm like reminiscing the time when I was doing it,
right?
When I'm watching myself doing it now, it's like my mind is trying to edit, but my Johnson is like, yeah, I remember
that. Right. So does it happen all over for you again? Like,
I mean, yeah, sometimes. I'll be honest. I mean, sometimes it does. most of the time I have people around when I'm editing, so I behave myself. But it's been a few times where I caught myself kind of watching some of my older movies with some of the females that I like to work with, and just like you know.
Okay. What is it about? I mean, what do you think you're most mentally stimulated by?
Just like the chemistry. Like I'm very affectionate. I'm not. I do get aggressive eventually, but I usually start off very passionate, very slow, and then gradually work up to a climax.
All right. Most women like
that. What do you mean start off slow? Like what?
He starts to slow down.
Slow up. You know, you gotta gently open the woman up. You know, you just can't just rush in. I mean, I'm pretty larger than most average guys, so it's just you can't just ram it in there. You know, it's not pleasurable.
So you talking about when you're doing a scene, or just like in general, like when you're at home, like getting in the bed?
I mean, truth be told, when I perform on camera, I perform exactly as I would if I was at home in bed.
Right.
Other than opening up for the angles and stuff like
that. So how is that? Like, so when you're going into doing a scene, like where's your mind at? Like, what is your mental state?
I mean, I guess to be originally when I was like in New York when I first was filming, it was just more of a bravado thing. Like, I know I got it, and I just come in. I didn't care who it was. But it's like when you work every day or every other day, you know, it's not just your ego that's going to get you through the scenes. And I find one thing that I'm attracted to in a woman, whether it's her eyes, her lips, her breasts, her skin, the way it feels, her hair, how it smells. You know, and then I just lock in to that thing and let that get me through the scene.
Right.
Okay.
See, there's a trick that performers use, and back in the day, like when I did scenes, it was like so long ago. Like it was all about like getting your mind to a certain point where you could, even if you weren't like attracted to the girl that you're going to work with, you can just look on her body and find something that you could focus on mentally, and that would cause you to be able to get it up during the scene. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's like they think performance is about the physical aspects of it, but it's really not. Like you have to train your mind to get to a certain point where you can be able to, you know, be mind over matter, I guess, in that type of situation.
I think especially with male performers.
Right.
I mean, you know, with females they can fake it, you know. But I think with men you can't fake an erection. Like if you're not attracted, you can pop, you know, 10 Viagra's and nothing's gonna happen because if it's not there, it's just not there.
Yeah. Right. So let me ask you this question, Miss Tish Marie. Now, what type of fantasies do you have? Like one of the biggest fantasies I think that women have is. Let me ask you this question.
Okay, I know.
Rape fantasy. Have you ever fantasized about being raped?
No, I have not. See, violent rape I think is different than like a threesome or a gangbang. Now, you know, so traditional rape, what people would think rape is, that doesn't really turn me on. But multiple partners does turn me on. I like that. I like that group, the fantasy of the group activity. I think that's phenomenal.
Really?
It's phenomenal. Yes, I do. I like to watch it. And I'm not gonna say I like to engage, but no, I mean, I like to watch it. You know, it's adventurous, and then you know, the woman can have two pleasures coming from, you know, all angles or both angles, or you know, I think it's great actually.
See, I can imagine you just have like this vivid imagination.
Oh, I do.
Right.
Because I travel so much, so I have almost seen every different kind of man that there is, but I haven't traveled everywhere yet. So that means there's millions more men that I've never laid eyes on. So the sky is the limit.
Now, see me, I have a very active mental kind of crazy shit that goes on in my mind.
Oh, yeah, we know. You're the porn.
But it's just like
director.
it don't really have anything to do with directing porn. It just has something to do with I just like to see where my mind can go.
Where's it going?
Tell
me. Where's it going?
Well, I mean, it can go. I like to actually think about rape scenario. That's why I asked you the question, because for some reason, like thinking about raping someone, like that turns me on. Because I know that
because
a lot of women
resisting, or
that might be it might be the resistance aspect of it, but at the same time it's just like going through those things in your mind, like you're thinking about the other person. Like
excuse me. I got to make an announcement. Just to let y'all know, all the thoughts about Skulls are not the thoughts of Chocolate Radio Live Show.
Right. I mean, this is.
Don't give a disclaimer on DeVoe and his rape scenario.
But I'm just saying, like within my mind, like I like to let my mind explore like certain things, and one of those things was because I was just curious about, what that would be like to do that. And so when you pose the question, like when you put it out there, it's like 90% of the women were like, yeah, I have thought about being raped, and I'm like, yeah, you have.
What 90%?
No,
90% of the women you talk to.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, but it's a lot of women who have that as a role when you want to role play it, or you just thought about it because maybe you grew up and you were in a controlled environment or whatever, like, and you wanna feel like, okay, you want this man to overpower you or whatever that may be.
But
so
it's a difference between overpowering a woman and raping a woman.
Yes.
That's raping is taking. They don't want you to have it, and you just take it. But it's the difference between that and overpowering.
That's true.
But see, that has something to do with, okay, as a female, you want the man to overpower you.
Now, now I understand what he's saying.
But you still want it, though, as a female. You want it. You want to be overpowered, but you want the sex. In a rape, a woman does not want it.
Right.
I don't mean literally raping you. I mean, like figuratively speaking.
You better put that shit out there.
Because I like. No, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna relay my own personal story.
Oh,
right.
Shit.
So I'm putting it out there. So I'm asking a girl, like, okay, have you ever thought about, like having a rape fantasy? And I was like, yeah, like I've thought about it, like in my mind, but I was just afraid to communicate that with somebody because I didn't know how they would respond to it. So I was just like, well, wow, like I'm into that type of shit. It was like, yeah, okay, but when I opened up the conversation, it was just like, okay, well, I have something very specific that I would like to happen. So she was just like, yeah, I want somebody to break into the house, and when I see them, I'm going to run away from them screaming, and I want you to aggressively grab me, rip my clothes off, and then rape me as if it's real. So I'm just like, wow, like you're really into that? So I'm thinking about it, and it's like, okay, that should make my dick hard. So I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Like, so when I did it, when I was doing it, so when I was doing it, it was just like, wow, like I took it to the next level. So I'm just like ripping the clothes off, like, dragging her down the hallway and drag her up to the attic, like tie her up, like, tie her up.
See, that's how your past films have been. So.
No, but I'm saying, but it's just the fact that you can allow yourself to have these fantasies and think about stuff. And when you get to the actual sex, when you're interacting, I mean, once they have an orgasm, it's like it's all done. So the thing that keeps it so intense is that you're in your mind, you can create anything.
Yes,
that
is correct.
Yeah, I hear one of those too. A woman told me to break in her house and do that shit. So in my family, I broke in her shit, took her TV and left. Because I wasn't gonna get hooked up for no rape.
Because she didn't want to take it that far. But in my mind, I've come up with stuff that takes it to the next level as well. So what if somebody likes the rape thing, and then what if they like if you jump into their car like while they're in the driver's seat and you hide in the back, like you laying in the back waiting.
Honestly,
you laying and waiting.
I've heard those fantasies before. Yes, I have. There's actually, I'm sure some of our listeners know, there's FetLife.com where all the freaks all over the world are on that website, and you can see these scary, ridiculous fantasies that are very similar. So I read one myself. It said, okay, I'm looking for a guy who's going to pick me up and throw me in a van and drive off, because she wanted a rape. She desired a rape fantasy herself. So she wanted the whole thing. She wanted to be tied up and put into a van, drive off, take her to some, location, and have, like simulated rape.
The good thing about this topic is for men and women. And Mo, I guess I got a question for you going off what DeVoe was saying. I mean, as a man, as me, I never wanted to be in a situation where I felt like I was taking the pussy against their will. How you feel about that one, Mo?
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that aggressive when it comes to.
See, you just old general type of motherfucker.
Yeah,
like he just.
I mean, I'm with you, Mo. If they ain't giving it to me, then it ain't.
If they don't want to give it to me, I'm fine with that. But now, my thing is like on the flip side, it's like once they let me know that they want it, then that's when I'm gonna unleash the beast on them.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
He's a gentleman and he's old fashioned. That's awesome.
Well, I guess I just have like an overactive imagination.
You are in hyperdrive, huh?
Yeah, because for me, it's like when you read a book. Like we used to call them fuck books. Like you ever read those?
Yes.
Right. So you never read a fuck book? You know the little novel, like it's got like a cartoon
erotic novel
with
kind of thing.
It got the blonde girl on the front, like she got a little skirt on, like she's got this scared look, and this black dude with a big dick, like about to put it in her.
It sounds like a good idea.
But it's like those type of novels. It's like, okay, it's the stepdaughter and the daddy comes in and then the mom's not there and then they end up fucking.
I'm
like
not
that
gonna
type of
lie,
shit.
I love those kinds of films.
Yeah,
because I do, especially when it's two women. It's even better because now the older woman is gonna school like her stepdaughter, like your daddy ain't home, so I'm gonna show you who's boss now. Those are really good actually.
So you can actually watch that unfold. Then.
Oh yeah,
watch it happen.
Yeah, for sure, because it's sexy.
Right.
Because they're not related by blood. That's just her stepmama, so it's not a big deal.
So it's the thing about like strip club. So you figure where are you from, man? Like what part of the country?
I'm from New York, from the Bronx.
So they got like a lot of strip clubs and stuff out that way too.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in LA for 2.5 years now, but I honestly haven't really been to the strip club since I've been in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I guess the strip club works on that principle. It's like a mental thing. Unless you go to that special kind of strip club where you can actually physically touch somebody. But the ones that I'm used to is just like you go in and then it's all about the fantasy. It's about the this girl is moving like this, and then maybe I can fuck her, like stick my dick in, like that type of shit. Right. So for me, it's just like it's a big mind fuck.
It is,
and I guess that's why I'm not really into the strip club type of thing. But yeah.
I'm just not into it because I like to dance with women, and if they start dancing, I want to get up and start dancing with them.
Oh, see, you just an old romantic type of motherfucker. You're old school.
I'm old school with it, man. I like to dance. I like to finesse a woman, and I like her to really want me, and then I handle my business.
Yeah,
right.
You just start bouncing her up and down.
So what's a perfect evening for Moe the Monster?
Perfect evening for me would be like a nice dinner at a good restaurant, good conversation, a couple of drinks, wine or champagne or something. And then, bring them back to my house or their house and, maybe smoke a L or something and then get to know each other a lot better.
Right. You're going to chill.
Like without clothes.
Though. Right. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come up with Rachel Marie, and this is New Habit.
Both go nuts, do my dance so you can't no bluffing. Fall so hard, but I still won't cuff. Got me hooked on your man like Justin Hoffman. Calling, you better pick up. I'm still feeling, I need my dosage. I can't seem to stay away. I can't seem to fade away. We making magic. I can't seem to stay away. I lay awake at night, craving your body. I can't seem to stay away. I can't seem to fade away. We making magic. I can't seem to stay away. Lay awake at night for you. Baby, my new habit. You are my new habit. Baby, my new habit. You are my new habit. Baby, my new habit. You are my new habit. Baby, my new habit. You are my new habit. Baby, light skin hair with the fresh arm tat. I'm messing like an all yourself. It's post and pose, baby, where you at? You know I do whatever you tell me. Come stop by, we can just relax. Got a few trees we can puff, no daddy. Madly crazy, you got me wrecked. They say the best time to hit's when you live there. I can't seem to stay away, stay away. I can't seem to fade away, we making magic. I can't seem to stay away, stay away. I lay awake at night, craving your body. I can't seem to stay away, stay away. I can't seem to fade away, we making magic. I can't seem to stay away, stay away, lay awake, get night for you. My new habit, you are my new habit, baby. My new habit, you are my new habit, baby. My new habit, you are my new habit, baby. Like I'm tall and I like I'm southern, like I'm fine, like a Hemsworth brother, like I'm sweet but not undercover. Soon as it's slick, then it's on to another. I like I'm bold and I like I'm geeky, like I'm quiet, you low-key freaky, like I'm straightforward when we meeting. Never low, be the ones who my new habit. Baby, my new habit. You know my new habit. Baby, my new habit. You are my new habit. Baby, my new habit. You are my new habit. Baby. Tell me that
Okay, that was Rachel Marie with New Habit. And we are back and we're talking about mental pleasures. Mental pleasures.
Yes. Mm-mm-mm.
So we were we were having this discussion during the break, and Miss Tish Marie was telling me that I like to have like multiple people in various stages of being tied up in dungeons.
Yes.
So that's the kind of shit that goes on in my mind, and I think I'm really.
I like that too. Though.
I think I'm really a sexual deviant
yes.
in my mind. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in my mind that I wouldn't necessarily,
in real life,
unleash on motherfuckers like in real life.
But you would if you're given the opportunity.
No, because here's what happens, and y'all tell me if it's the same for you. Like in any given interaction, like with a female, it's like especially if they're the curvier type,
okay,
and big titties, nice ass, little waist. Like my mind is going to wonder, and I'm going to think about like how can I get her to be doggy style or like spread eagle. Or upside down, sucking my dick.
Okay,
and
that all sounds
for
good.
me, that for me that is what it is. Like, do you understand?
I completely understand. I'm on a celibacy campaign this year, so
you're celibate.
So if I'm not on camera, I'm not having sex, and
wow.
my mind has become a little. I don't know, a little more deviant. I do admit that I have a lot more mental fantasies, even to the point where now I'm actually interested in doing more BDSM stuff.
Oh, great! So that's awesome.
I could definitely identify what you're saying, but I always give girls a warning. I tell them, normally girls don't get this close to me unless we're gonna have sex. Like
wow.
Like, well, you said BDSM. Yeah. That's the magic word here.
So do you think sex is more mental or is it more physical?
I mean, it is physical when you have to do it, obviously. But in my professional and then to how I am in my personal, it's like pretty much Clark Kent and Superman. So it's like once I get on set, it's like whatever the job is, opposed obviously to do homosexual activity. But if it's tie the girl up, if it's 5-man, 10-man, 20-man gangbang, I'm all in.
Okay.
You know, my mind is all there. You know, once I know that the girl is comfortable with it and it's consensual, then whatever, it can go as far and as rough as she wants.
Okay.
Wow.
Do you find like I mean, if you're not having sex off camera, don't you think all of that tension is just building up, and then you can't wait to get in front of that camera so you can just unleash, right? And then you're taking everything in your head, you're trying to get all that in front of the camera, right? Oh, that's dope. That's dope because so many people never get to do that. That's why I understand why porn stars do what they do, because anything goes.
Yeah, but it's not
I mean,
like it's. I don't think, like, for me, I don't think it's all about the sex though.
yes.
It's about the idea. It's about the idea and the concept of it. But from a dude and from my own point of view, it's just like when you think about it, it's like, okay, well, yeah, you know, this is like the ultimate fantasy for a motherfucker. Like to be in a room full of women, and say it's like 5 or 6 women, you can fuck all of them, and you can do this shit every day. But for me, it's never been about the actual the physicality of being able to do some shit like that.
So
it's just
when
about
you see 5 women lined up and they're all juicy and beautiful the way you like them, what is driving you besides the pussy? What is driving you to...
It's just it's the idea of being able to experience that, witness it, whether you participated in it or not.
Okay,
so it's purely the mental aspect of it.
Okay,
I mean, does that make sense? Like,
well, I'm gonna lie, because it's a couple of times where it's been a very attractive girl. We might be doing like a multiple, gangbang scene or whatever, and I know I'm probably like maybe 5th or 6th in line to go next.
Okay.
So now I'm on 1,000 because I'm looking at it like, yeah, when I get up there, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? So it drives me to watch her actually be satisfied by other men. So the competitive part of me, Scorpio in me, is going to have me be like, you know what, now when it's my turn, I'm going to outdo what he did,
right?
Because I want to make her feel better. You know, so I think it's more like an alpha male kind of thing.
That's an incredible dynamic, actually.
Right. So if you ever had a moment when you're in that situation and you just look around the room and just like, wow, like this shit is crazy.
A few times.
Yeah.
It's a few times.
And I think that's what it is when we're talking about the performance aspect of being in the porn game as a male, that it comes to that point one day, like you just sit there and you realize like wow, like this shit is crazy. Like not everybody gets to do something like this.
Right.
So to me, it's always been about like the mental aspect.
But once you get this idea in your head, do you follow through and please all of these 5 women with that dick? Are all these women happy and smiling with the juice all over their face? I mean, what is the end game?
No, there might be a point where you think about it in your mind, like so you go completely into your mind. You just like, damn, like how many women can I fuck like all at once?
Right.
And like, what is the limit? Like, what is the limit of women that I can fuck in my mind?
Okay, but are you just fucking them, or are you aiming to please with? You got to aim to.
Well, see, I'm a little different when it comes to stuff like that.
Now look here, you got 5 women lined up. You better be pleasing them all with inches. Now, how many inches are we talking about here?
But we're not talking about. But see, it's not about. It's not about the. But see, but think about it like this though, because you can turn somebody on without touching them.
No, I feel you. I feel you. But most of us want to be touched.
So the whole thing is just like, remember, like, okay, so one day you're doing the downward doggy, the dog out, right?
Okay.
Or whatever you want to call that. So in my mind, like I'm thinking like all this type of like all these type of things are going on in my mind. Like, okay, well, what if she takes this shit off? Like, what if she peels this shit off?
Right.
And then, I jump over her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm dogging it, like all that type of shit. Crouch. Like, what's that shit gonna feel like? So yeah, right. So, it's more about that.
See, I don't know. Because with me, it's different. Like I don't even think about it. Like I go into tunnel vision, and it gets to a point where it's only 2 things, and it's just the vibrations and emotions of me inside of her, and like it's almost like a dance.
So you don't even feel it. Like when you penetrate somebody, you're not really feeling that.
I'm feeling her. I mean, because all girls are different in size. Some can handle it, some can't handle it. So it's like the ones that can, and I can go like as far as I can or go as deep as I want to. Those are the ones we kind of get into a rhythm.
Do you find that, does it matter if I mean, in stature, does you think that smaller girls can take more of you, or is it curvier girls can take more?
Ironic enough, it's usually the smaller girl that takes it more.
How much are they taking? How many inches are we talking about?
I mean, I'm close to around 12 inches.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
I know one thing. Tish on this Mitchell because she trying to get these inches.
I cannot help it. We all know what Mandingo Warrior means, all right? So I'm just trying to see how big Mandingo is.
I mean, so 12 inches is a lot. Like, you say 12 inches,
that's
like you're looking at,
it scares the fuck out of me. So I am that.
So you wouldn't like that?
No,
like the thought of
just the thought is very
jumping on 12 inches.
And it's crazy. It's funny that I've been running into a lot more African American women that actually are scared of big dick.
Yes. I see. I already knew that. See, really? It will be.
It depends on who that is. Like because if a white woman sees a big black dick, then okay, in her mind, it's like, oh, that's like the ultimate type of shit to jump on top of, like, right?
I mean,
so let me ask you this question too,
there's
because
big dick, but then there's horse cock. It's different.
So I want to ask you this question, man. Like, okay, so you have like a pussy that you stick your dick in and you don't feel shit. So how do you get your mind to be at the point where it's like, okay, well this pussy is like, it feels like a pussy that's supposed to feel like some shit, even though it don't, even though it don't feel like that, because I've tried to do it and trick my mind into thinking like, okay, well this pussy feel real good, but it really don't. So how do you do that?
It goes back to like everything we were just saying earlier. It's the mental thing. It's the fact that I'm now thinking how many guys get this opportunity, or how many guys wish they would be in this position for me to be able, for them to do what I'm doing. So now it's more of I'm actually doing a performance for her and as well as the audience.
Right.
But you said earlier you find a part about her that you are really into, leg, breast, ass. Okay, yeah, I understand that.
But I mean, it's like, especially in the adult industry now, with there being so much black and white porn, it's like a lot of the girls, like you said, Alex, is like they're jumping. I want the biggest one. I want the biggest one.
Oh my goodness.
And then it's like when I get to them, and then they like, ooh, I think I ain't really want the biggest one. I want the biggest
one. Now, do you find there's a difference between, okay, so your white female performers as opposed to the black ones in terms of how they perceive your actual dick size?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of performers I know, black and white, that's kind of been running from me and not really trying to perform with me, because I am aggressive. But at the same time, it looks a lot worse than what it feels like, from what I hear. So, what do
you mean by that? Okay. Like it looks a lot worse.
It looks scary and intimidating, but once it's inside, it feels fantastic. That's what he means.
Only a female could really understand.
Fantastic.
I wouldn't know that. but yeah, like, okay.
I understand.
I guess.
I mean,
yeah, whatever you say, Mo. Whatever you say, Mo. It's your world.
I couldn't even.
Mr. Horsecock.
That's what you call him?
Horsecock, yeah.
You keep saying that, like you.
Because that's what it is. Don't you go there whenever you possibly.
No, but like, what do you prefer? Like, if you had two dicks, like lined up next to each other, three dicks lined up next to each other.
The one that's not a horsecock.
What could you do with what could you do with that?
I want the girth. For me, you just need a fat, juicy dick. You don't need.
What is that?
A fat, juicy dick. You just need, a wide, fat, juicy dick with a fat head to match it. So just enough shaft and a fat head to hit my G spot. Juicy. I like juicy dick. It don't have skinny long dicks. Those are painful. I need the meat.
It's skinny long dick. It's not this.
They're very uncomfortable.
You know something? Tish got a whole vocabulary today. Horse cock.
Thank you.
Skinny long dick.
Thank you for noticing. No, but those are painful. So we need the meat. Women, we want the meat. It's not all about how long it is. At least it's not for me, but I like a meaty cock, meaty dick. Medium.
She called. You said cock.
Cock.
That's like an East Coast thing. Like,
you brought the inner corn out. Like it was dick, and then it got there and it turned cock.
right.
Cock to me, cock is like dirtier. Cock, yeah, it's dirtier.
So, are you addicted to sex or orgasm?
Yes. Addicted to orgasm? Absolutely.
Because your brain
is sizzling always.
Your brain
always sizzling
is looking for that.
For cock.
Not for
not for horse cock.
Oh yeah, just cock. Not the horse shit.
Well, I mean, we have this chemical in our brain. It's like dopamine. So
dopamine, yes.
Right. So when we are getting to the point where we're having an orgasm, like it's just like cocaine. Like it acts the same way in the brain, just like cocaine.
It does.
So that's why I say that for me, like it's about thinking about those things that's gonna, feed my addiction. Because I guess my brain has become addicted to the sensation of the orgasm. So I'm thinking of all kind of shit. Like earlier today, I was thinking about a scenario where it would be like the ideal type of situation. And I don't know if this happens to you or if it happens to you, but for me, it's just like I get like this flush, like it comes all over me. And if I was a couple shades lighter, I would actually turn red. So my brain is starting to move faster, and it's almost like I just took a hit of something. Wow. When it comes to thinking about this situation that I allowed my brain to go into. Do you feel that?
Yes.
You get that way? Sometimes?
It's just the heat. The heat is just in my vagina. But yes, that's it definitely like, I can feel it. But yeah, sometimes you can't. It's like a surge you feel through your whole body, but then it goes to that spot. Yeah, definitely. I think that's normal. I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, but I think when you do scenes, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, when you do scenes, like you become like it's almost like an addiction, right? So you need that, and like the more you expose yourself to doing more scenes, it's just like you become like this fiend where you got to keep doing it like over and over.
That's how I feel. Like I haven't worked in a week, and I feel like it's been a year.
Oh my goodness.
But that's how it is. It's like you practice and it becomes routine. So it's like porn is now my sex life.
Now, do you hold that orgasm do you not come for that week that you're off?
Well, it's been a long week, but like I said, I live celibate most of the time. I mean, I have a couple of friends that I see occasionally, but I mean, I'm usually like in the industry out here in LA. I'm like the Minuteman, not of time, obviously, but they'll call me, someone couldn't keep wood, somebody didn't show up, somebody's late, this and that, can you come through? So I can get a call between 1 day and 1 hour of a shoot and be ready to go at all times.
Nice.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mr. Robot, you gotta find you a new name, Mr. Robot. Okay, Robot did. Oh, that's why they called. That was gonna be my next question. Okay, I thought because he was out there murdering pussy. That's why they called that too. Huh? All right, that's it.
So you don't really have situations where you have too many fantasies left, the stuff that you have not done already.
Nah, I mean, like I had the interview earlier today, and I was saying I want to do something like do like a skydiving scene, like have sex while I'm in the air.
And that's crazy. Like what is it? What is it about doing something like that would like
it's
turn you on? Like,
it's my ultimate fear combined with my ultimate pleasure. So
wow.
So you think you'd be able to keep your dick hard? Like
that's
30,000 feet in the air.
That's the only thing that I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, that come down.
Okay,
here it is.
Heavy. You pick her up. Well, see, before you even jump out the plane, you pick her up. She wrap her legs around you, stick your dick in, then jump out the plane. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you already hooked in. You hooked in.
I don't know. I don't think I don't know. It's a very. It's like
you have to be fucking before you jump out.
That's what I'm saying. Before you jump out the plane, you already hooked in.
Actually, being the person that have skydived before. It won't be as hard as you seem because the hardest part is jumping out that plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
once you're out that plane, you're in a whole totally different world. Wow. And it is a rush. So if you getting it in before you get out the plane, once you jump, you might even get more of a rush.
Wow. Probably.
So getting a rush will actually make your dick hard, like jumping off.
Could be. I can't do it.
You get the rush from the fall.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You get the rush from the fall.
Assuming. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
Right.
And then you gonna land and your dick gonna be hanging out and everything. That's something else.
I'm trying to think of a situation where I've been in, and it's like I have never like I didn't touch the person. I was just sitting there like thinking about something, and then all of a sudden,
I've done that a lot.
like what?
But
you have very vivid fantasies about stuff.
I do.
Like what?
Like which exactly? That story you was about to tell.
Which one? I
can already feel what you were about to say.
Okay, well, tell me that story.
It's like let's say we were having let's say a scenario where I wanted to have sex but you didn't want to give it to me, so you just kind of teased me all night without having intercourse. Now I know what's going to happen to me. It's going to be all this wetness and I'm going to be all swollen and never get to my orgasm. So I'm going to be really angry. And when the pussy starts tingling, all I feel is this tingling and this heat. And so if you don't help me out, I'm going to have to rub myself off sooner or later, because there's no way that I can come without you touching me. I can get really close to the orgasm, but it's not going to come out because I don't have you there to stimulate me.
So you don't have the
ability
ability to
really close to the limit, but it's not going to come out.
So you don't have the ability to be able to think of something in your mind and then make you have an orgasm.
Oh no, I wish I fucking could, because I'd be nutting all over the damn place
right.
all day, every day. But either I'm going to touch myself or I got to have the man touch me.
Now, have you ever been in a situation where somebody's penetrating you and you just not there? Like you don't feel it, like you're not connected to it.
Oh yeah, then that's awful. I don't have that. To me, that's bad sex, and I don't have time for that. So we all experience that. When we're young and starting to discover and explore ourselves, and actually that gentleman had a very large penis and I did not enjoy it at all. But see, the chemistry just wasn't there, because I've had large penises that I did enjoy. So it was
you just
him.
Like big dicks.
No, it was him. The chemistry.
Like big dicks.
No, I said I don't like horse cocks. Those are scary. Big dicks.
So how would you go from big into horse? Like where's that?
Yeah,
hey, something? Y'all been cool. Tish might start be asking for pull your shit out. Let me tell you.
Like I said, evidence. Let me see the evidence. No, I mean 8. I don't need no more than 8 inches. Seriously, I really don't. Why do 8 inches is already you already above average. So what I need all this 10.5, 11.2, 12 horse dick? I don't need all that.
You're not gonna actually like measure it.
Is
there actually such a thing as having? But this is what I'm gonna ask you. Like you say, you got 12 inches. Like have you actually measured it? So it's a bona fide like 12, actual 12 inches.
I mean, it's funny you said that number, but it's actually 11.7.
11.7. So you measure it. So you measure it.
Well, before I came to LA, because I used to always tell everybody I had a 13-inch dick. And my girl that I was with for a few years before I went to LA, she said, you know what? Whip out the ruler, let's see what it is. So she measured from the tip. I always say from T to T. So from the tip of the head to the bottom of my testicle is 13 inches. But the actual shaft is 11 inches.
So your shit is like, it would be like by your knees. So if somebody was actually looking at that, it's like a Mandingo dick. Because
that's what I said.
Because the funniest shit ever was just like, okay, somebody looking at Mandingo's dick, like a female would just look at that and like, okay, there's no way I can mentally in my mind, like I know I can't take his dick. Mm-hmm. So when it actually happens, like, and you said this yourself, like they realize how easy it is to take a dick that's of that size. It's not really that difficult to take it, because think about it, like, a baby comes out.
I took the words right out of my mouth. I'm gonna say, if you can push a baby out of there, you can take.
Yeah, you can take the dick, but it's not the same. It's not the same though, because mentally you fucked up. Like it's like, that shit ain't gonna feel good.
It still depends on the woman, and if it is a giant horse cock, it still can be painful.
You keep saying horse cock, like I think in your mind, like that's
horse
your
cock
ultimate.
Means 12 inches. Horse cock doesn't mean that I want a horse cock. No, I
you never thought about taking a horse dick, like
no, I have not. No, Devo. No. I know you wanted to get wet, but no,
because I can imagine that, like right now. Like,
I mean, it's gonna get wet.
For me, I can take my mind anywhere. Like Because some people just like, okay, you just like a sick type of motherfucker.
I can take it there, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I can definitely take it there and imagine, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. I think it's exciting.
What is some stuff that you can take it there, but you would not do it, but it turns you on at the same time?
Oh, I feel bad.
Okay, we're gonna think about that. After the break, we're gonna find out what the answer to that question is. So we're gonna go with Miracle Geek and Tell Me.
Just play with my ego.
Oh, I need to hear it, baby. And if you lying, oh, what's my percentage, baby? That is mine. Oh, I need to hear it, baby. And if you lying, oh, what's my percentage, baby? Make it sound good, make it sound good. Do me like the women from my town would. Drake said it the best, but I'm better than the rest. And if it ain't 100%, then I mean half of it. Yeah, I'm talking fractions. As your girl is mad for that. And if love was a cheat, then you know I'm cashing it. And I beat it, rat-a-tat. And it sound like being killed. I ain't me, but I'm working with a cannon. When it comes to that pussy, now I'm NBA jamming. Yeah, yeah, boss. Rhyming till it's waking up the neighbors. I do magic with the Jones. Sit Laker, now tell me that it's mine. This one is for my haters. Let's go. Oh, I need to hear it, baby. And if you lying, oh, what's my percentage, baby? That is mine. Oh, I need to hear it, baby. And if you lying, oh, what's my percentage, baby? Make it sound good, make it sound good. Do me like the women from my town would. Yeah, you know them Chi-Town girls is crazy. So Papa eat for effort. I got no time for lazy. And do it to your face. Blue, navy, and make these soldiers munch. Navy. Yeah, I'm a killer with my cadence. Love watching you throw it back. Got that pussy in your surveillance, girl. So girl, tell me what you need as you scream. As I proceed to go deep, submarine. Got you hot in the summer's heat. We rolling like ecstasy. Just tell me what you need, girl. Tell me. Oh, I need to hear it, baby. And if you lying, oh, what's my percentage, baby? That is mine. Oh, I need to hear it, baby. And if you lying, oh, what's my percentage, baby?
What I do.
All right, that was Miracle Geek with Tell Me, Tell Me. You are listening to Chocolate Radio, the live show on chocolateradio.com. You can catch us on mixlr.com at chocolateradio.net. And we are back. Absent Miss Nyomi Banks. She is in Chicago recovering. So, yeah, she's on the plane flying back right now. She's actually in the air. Like, she's in the air. Flying back right now. But anyway, yeah, we were asking Miss Tish Marina's question about her particular fantasy. Well, you're mixing drinks right now. Huh? You making me a drink?
Oh, yes.
I guess. Oh,
yeah, she's not even.
I had to restock.
Her new name is.
You making me a chocolate martini?
I had to restock for the gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, they're chocolate martinis. Yes.
Anti-Horsecock is her new name.
Oh God. Thank you.
So, Miss Tish Marie, Mike, and a special guest, Mr. Moe the Monster. Now, you have a special thing that you're doing right now.
Yes. This is something I've told a lot of the fans to tune in for to hear. because recently this year, you know, a series of activities kind of led me to a situation where I've isolated myself and had a lot more time to, you know, go into more of a mental and self-conscious and self-awareness of myself and the environment that I'm in. And, you know, to make a positive out of a negative. I've had hundreds of fans every week, you know, asking me how can I get involved, how can I get a job, how can I be down.
Right.
So I came up with this idea that I've seen actually on Facebook. I seen MC Hammer was actually promoting a shirt that was saying only the hood can save the hood. So I mean, with all of the violence that's going on between police brutality and black on black crime and so on and so forth, you know, a lot of people think that doing adult industry porn or whatever is a way to get out because what they see is just the fast cash of it.
Right, that's all they see. Just the
as far
sensational
as,
part of it. Yeah.
you know, and as far as you know, and I know that it's a lot of work involved. It's
Right.
getting up, it's being on time. It's, you know, a lot of other elements that deals with that to be successful in the industry. So for those fans that's been very serious of trying to get in or learn about it, I'm basically starting a mentorship program where I'm allowing some of them to join the street team, the same way as I had to when I first got into the industry in New York, and start from the bottom and work their way up. So I've had made these shirts. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. But
Yeah, just hold it up. Right?
all right. So on the front of the shirt, it basically has the bedroom.
This way.
This way. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
There, see that?
So on
So
the,
y'all can see that.
there you go. So on the front of the shirt, it says the bedroom bully, which a lot of people that follows me know that's one of my hashtags that I use.
Oh wow. That's cool.
On the back of the shirt, it has the message of basically only the hood can save the hood.
Wow.
So it's basically an opportunity for a lot of college kids, a lot of unemployed young black males or females or any other race. You know, I'm not discriminating on anybody that works for me. And basically, it's giving them an opportunity to learn about the industry, get advice from me, and also be able to try to make extra money for themselves. There will also be other products and stuff that's coming down the line to promote. So this is just the first thing that we're actually going to start with. Is just this message we want to promote to the hood, but this is kind of like the uniform that the people that's actually will be on the street team would get. So it has like an embroidery stitching and stuff like that on the sleeve. It also has an embroidery stitching on the actual bedroom bully logo. So it's just basically allowing them to be identified amongst each other that, you know, I'm a part of this crew, and it's not like a gang or anything like that. It's more of us just doing for ourselves and trying to better ourselves financially at the same time having fun and also giving a message to the neighborhood.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I like this. You got the stitching on the sleeve.
Mhm.
So say that one more time. Like, where does you can donate a portion of proceeds to?
So the goal is I want to try to at least get almost $100,000 before the end of the year. It's no limit on the amount of people that I'm willing to hire. It's no limit if it's American or in other countries. At the end of the day, it's the message that we have to build from the ground up. We have to make the changes before society will respect us or treat us any differently. We have to be the ones to do it for ourselves.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
do.
That's right.
That's a very positive message, man.
Yeah.
So if you're not on the street team, like, is there a place online where they can get these?
You can also purchase the shirt online. It will be a lot more expensive, obviously, because of shipping and stuff like that. If you were to buy the shirt individually, but basically, I'm willing to give any person that's looking for a part-time job or full-time job, according to how seriously that you want to take it, a very fair profit margin from the shirt. As long as I receive some of that money, so I can also give to the United Negro College Fund to try to put at least one or two kids into a situation of going to college, because college was basically something that kept me away from the streets, as well as being in the music industry and being on a street team. So like when I was a young kid, when I was 14 years old, I started working in the music industry, and I had a mentor that kept me from doing the dumb shit that everybody else was doing.
Right.
And that kept me focused enough to where, you know, by the time I graduated high school, not only did I not really jump right into college, but I actually was vice president of the marketing company. So this is stuff that I've done before. I've ran street teams before. I'm very familiar on how it works. And I know between the street team and going to college, Even though I do porn now because that's always my passion,
Right.
It kept me away from a lot of elements that could have had me in jail and, in other situations that would be a lot worse for me.
Mhm.
So, porn is not necessarily an answer, but it's also not a curse.
Well, definitely not, man.
Right.
Like, and a lot of people wouldn't know that about you. So,
Yeah.
it's a positive message, and it's definitely the proceeds are going for a good cause.
Noble cause.
Yes. I like this. You want to let me have one? You
It's
donate.
like a donation.
So there's not a site yet where it can go.
Well, the site is up. I
Direct
actually spoke to my web designer today. She's working as fast as she can to have it available to be able to be purchased on the site if you just want to buy it directly. But you could always just stay tuned. I will make an announcement when it is up, and I will make sporadic posts to let people know that where they can purchase it. But it will be on moethemonster.com.
Right.
And it is a free site to see some of the trailers and news features and things that I post about on social media. And at the same time, I also will have like DVDs and stuff like that, and music and mixtapes and stuff soon to follow. So this is like basically making a grand announcement of not only just my site, but the fact that I am looking for females that are interested, that's getting into to get into the adult industry if that's what they choose, and also business-minded females and men that may not want to do porn but don't mind being around it. And if they're looking for, like I said, opportunity for employment, definitely I'm trying to help.
That's what's up.
Wonderful.
So they can find those shirts on moethemonster.com.
Yes.
Yeah. We have a caller on the line, right?
Yes, we do.
What's up, caller? Welcome to Chocolate Radio, the live show. What's up? I can't hear you.
She's very, very low.
What's up? I can barely hear you.
Hey.
Okay, so we get that.
She can hear you from loud and clear. She said,
What's up, guys? She said, what's up? No, we can't.
Because Mike can hear.
Can you hear her? Because I can't hear. So we before we went to break, we were asking you this question.
I figured
And
I knew it already, but
right.
I knew it.
As you make me another chocolate martini that
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna drink, but yeah.
Well, why would I make it if you're not gonna drink it, silly?
So, Miss
Yeah.
Mental, I'm gonna call you Mental Madness. That's what I'm gonna call you. That's your new name.
But I'm not mad. You more mad than
Madness
me,
is actually like a sexy kind of term that I can.
Oh, okay. Because you said it was sexy.
Right, it's sexy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ask away. Also, I should just answer.
Yeah, just
Okay,
you were like mid answer.
What's an awesome fantasy for me would be 3 beautiful men of my choosing. 3 from different. It could be one from Europe, one from Australia, one from Africa. So I want some.
See, she like Oprah.
I want some foreign lovers. That's what I want, And it would be one licking my pussy, one sucking my toes, and yeah, because they.
But see, here's the
fantasy.
Here's the parameters.
It doesn't have to be intercourse. I just want to be worshipped by these men.
Right.
That is the fantasy, to be worshipped head to toe. For me, that is my fantasy.
That's your ultimate fantasy.
Absolutely.
I think that's all women.
I got like I have
but
like
they don't have the balls to say it out loud.
I got like a real sick mental.
Why did yours have to be sick?
Because that's just the way my mind works.
Well, mine's is romantic and and yes,
see yours
worship like a queen and sexually pleasured 5-6 times a day.
Right. We got to get you to the point where you can have a mental orgasm, like mentally, like stimulate you enough to be able to have an orgasm.
Yeah, but that's still okay. Yeah, okay. I can sit here and come. That doesn't mean that I want the man. I want the flesh. The flesh is better than any of that mental stuff.
So we're putting a condition on it. Like you cannot fulfill the fantasy.
Why not? Oh,
because it's over with. The fantasy will be over with. So you have to come up with the sickest.
No, it doesn't have to be sick.
No, it does. Like in this scenario, it has to be the sickest mental shit that gets you to the point where you are able to blast off without actually having the fantasy being actualized.
Well, how the hell am I blast off without it coming true?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
What could you like? What could you think of? Some shit that would just turn you on like so much, like you wouldn't necessarily have to beat it off. Like you.
I mean, it would have to definitely be some type of stimulation mentally, whether it's conversation, or like you said, like just looking at her skin complexion, or looking the way her pants fit. You know, like look at her curves, her eyes, her lips, her nose. You know what I mean?
See, we're doing it right now. Like, because I can look at the titties. But if it wasn't for her, like, I don't think I would be like, in my mind, like I wouldn't be thinking about breasts because I'd never done that before. So now it's just like, I mean, I can look at her breasts and be like, man, I could, come up with some way to, can I fuck them? Like
chocolate milk,
yes. Put some oil in between them and just like, well, how would that be like fucking the breast?
Make them shiny, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I'm opposite. I'm sneaky looking, like I'm trying to be professional.
Now you're very not like DeVoe. He just throw it out.
He's just saying that though. I think in your mind there's some really sick shit going on.
Yeah, but that's for me now. That's what it is mentally. It's the fact that I can't have it. That it's not easy. That it's not, you know what I mean? Like I get so much sex on appointments that it's just like, okay, I know I'm gonna fuck.
Right.
So it's like to actually know I'm not gonna fuck. It actually adds the challenge back to it.
Right.
I agree with that. Same thing goes for a woman. That's why so many women go after men that they know they can't have, because it's the turn on, especially if the man is belonging to somebody else. A lot of women like that kind of challenge. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to, like, honestly, like I tried to not get to that point where I could say to myself that I need to have sex, but because you're addicted to the orgasm. It's just like your mind won't allow you to do that because you almost have to go through withdrawal,
right,
or detox, in order to not be able to do stuff like that.
Let me just say, I don't believe in detoxing from dick, not ever. I don't believe that is bullshit.
You think so?
Yes, I do. Now, I mean, just now taking a break and just not having sex, so you want get that build up, so when you do get to have sex again, it's going to be 3 times as better than what it would have been if you would have sex every day. So that's understandable, but completely removing the dick from my system, that doesn't sound like any kind of fun to me. You understand? Like people detox the grease out of their body and just eat fruits and vegetables. Well, I'm not detoxing no dick. Yeah. I always want it in my system.
Amen.
That's right. That's right.
You know what? I could go a whole year without having sex.
Scary.
Well, I mean, interacting with another person,
like just being a monk.
But mentally, like in my mind, like I'd have to have some type of relief. I have to have some type of release because I need that rush going to my brain like all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do need that.
But that's 365 days.
Yeah, but it's not really that bad because if you have your fantasies, then it's almost the same as interacting with the real thing. Don't you think so?
No.
I mean, for a female, I couldn't say because I know females do need penetration, but I will admit I've never busted a nut without jerking off. So
good for you.
Like,
wait a minute, you never busted one without jerking off?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna bust from just looking at a girl. Like I've seen like situations, especially like I've dealt with a lot of strippers back in New York, and they would tell me stories and stuff like guys get lap dances and they like come in their pants and shit.
Oh
like that.
Yeah, they do.
Like, you can do that though.
Yes, they can.
I sometimes I go like sometimes I wish I had that power.
Right.
Like, I'm like on the other side. I'm like in that weird, like you said, like horse dick deformed,
yeah,
twisted sexual stamina. Like I can go for 8 hours without busting it up.
Ooh.
But you'd have to be like you in your mind, like you'd have to be at the point where you were just taking like all of that stuff in, because I used to do the same thing. I was just like, well, thinking about like how the fuck is somebody, just have an orgasm just like with somebody rubbing on their lap dancing like that until the shit happened to me. Like it was a situation where it was a situation where we went in a club, like it was like a perfect, it was like a movie type shit. Like so everything was hitting, like there was smoke on the floor, like the air was smelling a certain kind of way, like the girl was moving, like she was just moving to the beat, like and the lights and shit were shining like the right way. And then when I went over there, I was leaning up against the bar. And I'm just watching her move, and it was just like the most erotic shit I've ever seen. Yes. And then all of a sudden, she just backed into me and just started grinding, and then she laughed and came back. And I'm just looking around, like it was just so exciting. I'm looking around the room at the club. It seemed like everybody was watching us. And then I was just like, yo, you got to get off me, because I almost bust, like right there. It was just like everything in my mind was going so perfect. It was just like stimulated me so much. I was just like, but like it was a buzz, like when you're tipsy, like, and I hadn't drank any alcohol, so it was just like the craziest shit ever. Because everything was so perfect for that scenario.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, that's just like a crazy little mind trick that was going on like that.
That happened to me one time on set, but we was having sex though.
But see, that's just the thing. Like it has to be the absence of actual penetration. Like you can't, because once you start penetrating, then you basically fucked it up. So it's got to be like totally like 100%, like all
that's got to be 100 times easier for a man to do than a woman.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I definitely do, especially because so many women like clitoral stimulation.
Yeah, but you don't have to like.
Okay, so,
no, I feel you.
So let me ask you. So let's say we was walking and talking and holding hands, right? Okay. Now I'm still touching you.
Yes.
But I'm not touching your clitoris. So now you're saying you would not be able to come by me like holding you or like cuddling you and stuff like that?
Definitely not from holding hands. No. Well, now I know some girls who are really into getting their feet rubbed. They can come like that. It's just that I'm not that kind of woman that can come from somebody rubbing my feet. Now, if you are sucking my toes while we're making love, that it will definitely get me closer to the orgasm, because it all is that big combination and you are tingling all of the senses. So that makes my orgasm bigger.
So for me, it would seem like it would be easier for the woman to be mentally into something like that. Like whatever the scenario is, because I know I'm a vivid type of motherfucker. Like, so everything will be about the fantasy. Like for example, it's like, okay, so we take Just Marie and we put her in like a little schoolgirl shirt with little heels, ponytails, like all that type of shit. Like, and for me, it'd be like, oh yeah, she got this little skirt on, white. You gotta be a white pair of panties. So my mind is like everything is you got all that shit. So everything is so everything will be perfect, and that shit would just like turn me on without even touching you.
Putting on the outfit would turn me on. Absolutely. Yeah. I'd be like, with the school books and everything.
So I guess I don't even need physical.
I've become very good at holding it and having willpower, but I mean, if you take out the element that I work 3 to 5 times a week, so to the average man, that is a pretty active sex life.
Yes,
right.
But outside of that, I can identify what you're saying. Like I can be around an attractive woman. We can hang out. We can communicate, and I may want to, but unless she engages, then it's like okay.
Yeah. So what was it that made you like? What was it that made you want to get into doing stuff like that?
Inconsistency performances.
before you start, because it's always like a fantasy. Like men have this. I guess women do too. Like, but men have this fantasy where it's just like, I'm fucking a lot of bitches. Like, I like sex. Like, my mind is just like always constantly thinking about shit. Like, how did you see yourself like getting into that?
It was a couple of steps. Like my mother, she used to make jokes in college because, like I said, I was in the music industry before I went to college. So I already like been around groupies, been around fast, easy sex. Like it was nothing. So like when I was in college, I would just like prey on the girls. Not this, it sounds bad now, but I will prey on them because like I was maybe 23. A lot of them was like 18 to 21. So it's like
they a pervert. That's what.
So it's like you know what I mean. Like they wouldn't see me coming. They'd be like, "Are you a professor?" No, I'm Dr. Love, baby. Like, oh my goodness. Like I would have like I literally like at that point I had a girl every day of the week except for Saturday and Sunday because I had a rule that you can't get my weekends because that's for me to go out and party and club. So I had literally a different girl every day of the weekday. And my mother would watch these girls come in and out all the time. And she'd be like, well, why don't you do that professionally or something? Like, this guy's to get paid for that. And then it kind of like started as a joke with her. And then it kind of led into me like, you know what? Let me try it. And then I did the one scene and then I was able to do it. I did it on the subway train in New York. And then it was like, okay, if I could do it on the subway, I think I could do it anywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I just had like this fantasy. Like I was just like, I just wanted
to be a star.
No. I just wanted to create like, whatever was going on in my mind. Like I just want to be able to see that and then be able to like jack off to it.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was always about like the mental aspect of it more than anything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
More than anything else.
Yeah, just putting stuff together, like whatever was going on in my mind is just like recreating shit.
You're directing, right? You're talking about your directing.
No, I'm talking about before I even came into that. It was always about like what type of shit would I fantasize about being in, and that shit, the fantasy aspect of it, the mental aspect of it would turn me on like so much, like just being in the environment without even touching somebody, like without just being there.
I could identify with you, but like I said, for some reason I'm on the flip side of everything you're saying because my whole thing was I always used to focus on satisfying the woman. So like I would ask them like, "Did you come yet? How many times you came?" Like that was my curiosity. I wanted to know. Like, was I your best lover ever? Like that was always my aim.
A lot of men are like that.
Somebody told me, but see, I learned this little phrase like a long time ago. Somebody said, "If you kill the head, then everything else comes." So for me, it's always about but it's true. Like it's always been about the mental aspect as opposed to the physical aspect of it because I could do stuff without even. My goal was to not touch someone, just to stimulate them like. From a mental point of view before you got to that point.
Well, yeah, that's what I do every day for work.
Because it's about the chemistry, like whatever the chemistry is that goes on inside your brain. I mean, that's what happens because when you actually get to the point of having sex, it's all about what the chemical reaction is between the two people.
Right.
And especially for females, it's purely mental.
Yes.
Because once you start exchanging it's not the fluids. It's like, okay, you're changing the chemical, then it becomes imprinted into your brain.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I feel, well, I'm definitely the most like without touching the most mentally stimulated when I am when I'm on a modeling job or when I just straight out just go to fetish clubs.
That makes your pussy right. Like when you're in that environment, like you're modeling
at a fetish club or at a fetish club, definitely. I'm definitely not having any sex with anybody at the fetish club. I really go to be an exhibition because that's what I am, but I also go to, for the voyeurism aspect of it as well, because there's so much going on and there's so many different rooms and dungeons. So yeah, I'm definitely going for that aspect for sure.
I'm trying to think of like something that I was thinking about in my mind that made me do something. Like it was just compelling me to do something that I just could not control. It was like this little voice in my head, just like, "Oh, Devon, you got to do this. Like you must do this." It was a. I guess I'll hold that until after the break. Here's Rochelle with First Move on Chocolate Radio, the live show.com.
I'm not gonna do it. I won't make the first move that I can see it. You wanna say something to me? You got me like, oh, no. It's hard to resist you, but I can't go. No. Boy, until you say a word, I will say something good to me. When you say something, you make the first move. You make the first first move. I could tell that you wanna say something. You make the first move. Can't let you know how I'm feeling. Gotta keep it on the low, keep it all in. Cause there's nothing I can do but have the way I feel for you. It's like every time I say it, can't help myself, can't get enough of you. Just can't get enough of you. I just can't get enough of you. It's hard to resist you, but I can't go. No. Boy, until you say a word, I will say something good to me. When you say something, when you make the first move. 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 I could tell that you wanna say something. When you make the first move. Can't see it written all on my face. I won't put my heart out on the line. There's no way I will ever love again blind. But every time I'm with you, can't get enough of you. I just can't get enough of you. I just can't get enough of you. No. It's hard to resist you, but I can't go. No. Boy, until you say a word, I will say something good to me. When you say something, you make the first move. When you make the first move. When you make the first move. When you make the first move. I could tell that you wanna say something. When you make the first move. I will be the one to come and let you know that it's good to come over and talk to me now. I can see on your face that you want to say something good to me, so I can let you know. Say something good to me. When you say something, you make the first move. When you make the first move. When you make the first move. When you make the first move. I could tell that you wanna say something. When you make the first move.
All right, and we are back. This is Alexander DeVoe on Chocolate Radio, the live show, and we have the sexy bar girl, Miss Tish Marie.
Hello.
Dog Pound Mike.
What's happening?
And special guest, Mr. Moe the Monster.
Hey.
Okay, so we left. I was asking, this little question about, your secret, dirtiest little mental mind fuck that was going on that nobody would guess that you were doing, would believe that you were doing.
We believe what you were doing.
Yeah, because I'm a freaky mentalist type of motherfucker. But actually, I'm not. Like I'm gonna reveal it to everybody right now. I'm not that dude that's all about this crazy freaky shit.
He just invents all the good ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's cool.
Let us know.
No, it's real. It's something that was really, really brief.
Okay.
And I thought about it like fleetingly just for a moment.
Okay.
And I actually didn't do it, but I did it at the same time.
Okay.
It was y'all remember those booths? Those fuck booths? You know, like at the video store when you go to the video store, they got the little fuck booths, all that type of stuff.
Jack off booths.
That's what they call them, like jack off booths. And some of them have the little holes in them.
Oh,
like
yes.
they had a stuff where you poke out the hole, like whatever.
That's so nice.
So I used to think about like, what would happen if, one night I went into one of those, like, just set up shop and like what would happen, like what kind of girls would come in, like all that type of shit, like and get it in. So, that was it.
You was gonna put your dick through the hole, okay?
Well, put my dick through the hole. Like,
I didn't see it on the side of that hole.
Y'all know on the other side. Okay.
Put my dick through the hole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eye through the hole first. We're going over there.
Yeah. So on that note, we're gonna wrap it up, and we're going to go into the meltdown. That's where Tish Marie gets to do like all kind of freaky stuff with Moe the Monster.
Oh, this is perfect. I like this. Life is beautiful.
So we thank you guys for watching us here on Chocolate Radio, the live show.com. And What you got going on, man? Like besides everything that you're taking over, like you're actually a mini mogul. We should call you Moe the Mogul.
Yeah.
Instead of Moe the Monster.
I'm working on it. I work for a lot of companies in LA. I don't know if I could promote all of them on the air, but I work for most of the major companies in LA, and then I also have my own stuff that I'm putting out through motormonster.com.
Okay.
So this
That's
is
what's up.
DVDs, DVDs,
Check 'em out.
That's what's up. Busy. And Tish Marie.
Very busy. Canada's about 10 days away. September 3rd through the 6th, I'll be in Montreal, Canada for the Fetish Weekend and the fashion show, latex fashion show.
Yeah, and I'm about to fly out of town, and set up some distribution channels somewhere in the U.S. And next week, we'll see Nyomi Banks.
Yes,
back in the house.
I love the queen, the lovely queen.
Right. So we thank you guys for watching this episode of Chocolate Radio, the live show, and chocolateradio, the live show.com. We'll see you guys later.